So yesterday, I actually did ask you guys the comment question of the day. What TV shows you guys like? These are going to be the featured comments of the video, which is pretty cool. A lot of you guys are saying different TV shows, which is, pretty cool. I like seeing like the variety in shows. We have Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Lost in Space, Seinfeld, which is pretty cool. I do like that. Stranger Things, Lost. Duck Dynasty is an interesting one. Somebody said can't decide between Daredevil and Game of Thrones, The Flash, a bunch of different options. I've seen a lot of you guys throughout the comments too say All American, which is pretty cool. I do like that show myself. My favorite TV show right now, I'm not going to lie, is The Blacklist. The Blacklist is just like an amazing show. I can watch this show on repeat over and over and over again. Just genuinely like that show a lot. I also really wanted to include this comment in this video too, because this actually made me laugh a lot. So my man said at 106, my dad when I come home from school, this is the exact part of the video when I was like, go outside, touch grass, touch snow, like all that sort of stuff. That just made me laugh. I don't know why. It was just really funny. So today's comment question of the video is going to be, if you guys could listen to one music artist for the rest of your life, who would it be? I think that's a really good question because honestly, that's a really big struggle for me to answer. So it's going to take a day for me to try to figure my answer out. What is going on, guys? It is your boy Bio2k, and today, man, I'm going to be bringing you guys a video talking about the clutch time mode here. Now, I know I made a video a few days ago basically saying, how to dominate every game of clutch time, and a lot of you guys in the comments were saying the same thing, being like, well, of course, it's easy for you. You have a team that looks like this, and this is the exact team that I run into every single game, blah, 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 stuff like that, right? Now, I do agree with you guys because you know what? I run into teams just like this every single game. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I run into these teams every single game, and honestly, it drives me nuts just as much as it probably drives you guys nuts as well. So I'm going to be doing a few things in this video to kind of help you guys out. And this video is going to be about, obviously, if you guys are struggling to watch this video and really help you guys get better at this game mode. And I'm going to kind of break down a game that I played yesterday where I actually played a really good opponent that had a really good team that knew how to green and how I was able to kind of play and come back into the game. So I'm going to show you guys that first and then kind of give you guys some tips on lineups and some playbooks that I think you guys should run, but also some in-game tips that I think are going to help you guys out as well. If you guys do enjoy this video, do me a favor and kill that like button. If you guys are new to the channel, be sure to consider hitting that subscribe button, and let's get right into it. You guys are going to see that this is actually going to be a game that I did play live on stream yesterday in clutch time. You guys could see me. No, this is not the same shirt, I promise you. It has the same front, a different back, but you guys can see the team is actually really good that I'm going up against. John Wall, Sean Marion, Andrew Wiggins, Tracy McGrady, and D-Rob down low. Now, my opponent was really good. I'm not going to lie. You guys are going to see he actually gets out to a really good start, and I go down by a lot. So I'm going to kind of just walk you guys through here what I went through in this game. So right at the gate, he did smack a white. A little bit unfortunate. It's just kind of what happens in this mode. But when I do play clutch time, the number one thing I do try to do is win tip-off. Now, the reason why winning tip-off is important is because you're almost guaranteed to get a free bucket right out the gate. And that is something that you guys really do want to focus on. A lot of people don't guard the inbound. And when I say guard the inbound, like as soon as you win that tip off, they don't normally guard the center cutting to the rim. So you guys get yourself some free buckets right out the gate. Now you guys can see my opponent actually ran down and did a really good step back three from green, or step back green from three. And as soon as I saw that, I realized, hey, this guy actually knows what he's doing, and it's going to be a good game, right? So when I was doing that, you guys can kind of see here. I know he's got a matchup down low. I'm on-balling that to make sure, he can't get an easy bump. Same thing here. Now, right there, again, is a prime example of what I'm talking about. My opponent knew what he was doing. He shook me off really well. With Lillard, I slid way too far. He ended up getting wide open. I ended up whiting a three here, or a four, excuse me. And when this started going on, I was getting a little nervous. But right there, you guys can kind of see, I did a really smart thing here. After I missed this shot, this is a big tip I'm going to give you guys, right? So you guys can see right here, I'm leaking out with Lillard because 9 out of 10 times what people do, and it's the same thing I do, I make this mistake all the time, is as soon as somebody gets a rebound, they're trying to throw that ball up to their point guard. This is why I tell you guys all the time, when it comes to clutch time, a lot of people try to play fast. And when they play fast, they make a lot of mistakes. So at this point, I'm down 9-4. If he hits like a 3 here or a 4, I'm down by a lot. And in clutch time, it's easy to kind of come back in, but you really want to make sure you're still not going down by a lot, right? Because you never know what could happen. So again, right here, you guys are going to see I play this perfectly. I know he's going to try to throw this out to his point guard. I sit right on his PG, and boom, I get a nice little easy steal, kind of saving my possession. I get wide open with Clay. I green it, and we are right back to a 2-point game. That is a big swing right there for me. This is my fault. I left him wide open. I got stuck on Giannis way down low, and that is obviously what is one of the negatives about full court pressing in clutch time. Now, a lot of people, or not a lot of people, but there was like a few people under the clutch time video that said, hey, don't tell people to full court press. It's corny, it's annoying, whatever. At the end of the day, I'm here to tell you guys how to get better, right? Full court pressing in clutch time is really important because one, again, it is going to pressure your opponent even more off the inbound to make, obviously quicker reads or whatever, because a lot of people don't know how to break presses. So, when they try to do that and they try to break presses, it's going to equal easier stops for you, which is going to speed your opponent up in the long run, which is just going to cause more stops for you. So I obviously recommend running presses. It could kind of go hand in hand whether or not you think it's a good idea or not. Right here, again, you guys are going to see my opponent, I end up getting a good block right there. He gets the ball back, but I do think he ends up getting a 3 out of this possession again, which, again, just goes to show you, like, this is a really good game, and I know a lot of people say, like, oh, hey, you play easy opponents, blah, 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 blah. He gets wide open, and he greens a leaning, fading 3 with John Wall. Again, I'm down 14-7 here. At this point, I was kind of like, all right, 3 minutes left in the game. No need to rush. Again, I'm just taking what I can get. Now, that is a really important thing that I want to stress to you guys too. When you guys play clutch time, a lot of people make the biggest mistake in clutch time, right? And that mistake is trying to force up 3s and trying to force up 4s. Don't do that. When you do that, all that does is force, long rebounds. And when you're forcing long rebounds, all that's going to do is force you into, or force your opponent into getting wide open dunks, wide open fast break 3s. And that is going to really ultimately lose you games. So again, going back here, you guys are going to see, I'm going to restart this possession and show you guys what I am talking about here. Obviously, my main goal is I tried to 3-hunt, right? So right there, I tried to pump fake, but my whole point was that I knew he was going to give that paint wide open, or let that paint be wide open. And again, at this point, the game is not run away, or he's not running away at the game yet. So I know that, hey, I'm good to go with just taking 2s, right? So right here, he's going to paint mash me a little bit. I kept jumping. That's my fault right there. So I'm still down 9-16, right? From what I remember, I think I hit a 3 here. Maybe not. Okay, so I actually ended up missing, which is even worse. Oh, wait, no, I know what ends up happening. Okay, so again, you guys are going to see my opponent plays really good. Nice little step back on the 3. Okay, we guarded pretty well. We're still here, right? So on defense, again, if you don't get that initial stop, right? The initial stop is really what you want. Obviously, when your opponent runs down the floor full speed, you get that stop. That's when people get uncomfortable, because when they get uncomfortable, they don't really know what to do. They get a little flustered, and you end up getting yourself some easy stops and stuff like that. So right here, you guys can see, I actually get a wide open 3 with Lillard. I choke it away, but I have a huge green on the 3-point line with Lillard. I didn't panic. I knew I had enough time to get that open. Again, my fault for leaking out. So right here, I am down 8 with 2 minutes left in this game, right? So both of us are in the bonus, so I know I can't reach anymore. I know I can't play that aggressive. However, you guys are going to see here that this is where the game changes. A lot of what happens in clutch time, and I know a lot of you guys know what I'm about to say, algo is super annoying. It's not just me that gets screwed over by it. I know a lot of you guys get screwed over by it. There's really 2 main ways to break algo. Get dunks and get blocks. If you can get dunks on your end of the floor and get blocks on their end of the floor, it really does just somewhat switch the game around. Like, the game forces momentum back your way, and things end up looking like this. This is where the game starts turning, right? So 20-12, 2 minutes left. Again, I'm not panicking. I'm doing my thing. I get wide open with Lillard. Lillard's my guy. Easy green on the 3. We're back in this press, right? But this is where you guys are going to see, again, I'm going to start, getting some free stops, you want to say. Again, smart shot right here. I'm going to rewind this just really quick just to show you guys again what I'm talking about. I could have very well forced up this initial 3 right here, right? When I crossed him over, I could have forced up a 3 right here, right? But with the way that the game was going, I could either have gotten a fading animation right there. I could have ended up, getting the animation where my feet are together, taking a bad 3. You don't want that. What you want to do is take a nice open smart shot. I know for a fact he wasn't expecting me to take a mid-range, so that's what threw him off. Same thing right here. Again, you guys can see we're going to get a little bumpy. I'm going to let Clay do his thing. Actually, that was my fault. I do remember. That was my bad. I decided, for whatever reason, not to click on KD. Like, I clicked on way too late, which did end up leaving him wide open. But again, at this point, we're only down 5. Again, right here. I'm playing smart. I know he's trying to overdo the 3. So you guys can see here, I'm going to just sit there, take a smart shot, wide open, bang home a 3, right? I thought that was a 4 at first, but again, we got a smart shot. Now again, same thing, you guys can see going back into this press. This is what I'm telling you guys. People try to rush. Now, it may not look like he was trying to rush, but what he was trying to do is run across, right? So look, I clicked on to KD. and was able to just stand there with my hands up because I knew he was going to run back. So when you're standing with your hands up and somebody tries to inbound the ball, you're going to end up getting that free little steal. Off the inbound, I get him with a nice little pump fake. I get wide open, green, and we take the lead with just over with a minute 20 left. So in 40 seconds, I was able to get multiple stops, multiple points. Now again, same thing here. I could have rushed up a shot. I'm taking my time. Same thing, taking my time. Instead of forcing up a three or taking like some fading mid-range, I'm attacking the rim and getting another set of points, right? So now we are up 3. Again, playing smart, doing what we have to do. I'm letting Clay get bumpy. That's just kind of how this game is. If, you sit there and say, oh, you know what, I only play on ball, I'm proud of you, that's awesome. But realistically, in a mode where everybody just zigzags, you kind of have to let the CPU do a little bit of there. But again, right here, I'm going to just show you guys. This is all, me in a way, right? I'm playing both lanes. I'm making sure you can't pass the ball. And watch the corner right here. Clicks on. I'm right there to contest that shot myself to make sure the CPU doesn't back up or anything like that. We get another good stop here. You guys are going to see I activate takeover. I'm going to, again, play it smart, though. He thinks I'm going to go, obviously post up John Wall. He goes to help down, and boom, we get a 3 with Damian Lillard. And that's basically where the game ends. At this point, you guys can see I should have gotten a steal right there. It is what it is. I tipped the ball. But I think I actually end up hitting a 4 here, I want to say, with Lillard. I could be wrong, but it's either a 4 or I get, I think, 2 sets of, like right here. Look, he's off-balling me. I'm going to hit him with some moves. Oh, I remember, actually, yeah. So right here, I did get kind of open. You can kind of see. I'm not even going to lie what happened here. So right off of this right here, like I did get kind of open and I was trying to shoot this and then it just didn't let me. So I just kind of ended up sitting there. But all in all, we were down 8 and we obviously came back within 40 seconds of the game. So I hope you guys, I hope that in-game breakdown did kind of help you guys out getting an understanding of really how to play this game. Again, it's all really about just speeding your opponent up, because the more you do that, the more mistakes they are going to make. Full court pressing is a good idea, whether people want to say it's sweaty or not. I don't do any settings. I know a lot of people like to do settings, but that is proof right there. You guys saw from tip-off to the very end of the game that there was 2 really good opponents that neither of them did settings. It was just all about playing the game, just trying to score, have fun, do whatever. Nothing was really all that sweaty about that game. So again, going into clutch time here, again, I know not everybody has a lineup like this, so I'm going to show you guys a lineup that you guys have to run. This lineup would seriously be perfect for you guys to run here in clutch time. The reason why, everybody here can play good defense and everybody here can get you a bucket if you guys need. Now, obviously, having this team going up against, these God squads, it's still going to make it a little bit difficult, and it's not guaranteed, sit here and just give you tons of wins right out the gate. But these are the best budget cards that you guys can use for these types of games. Now, not only that, there's a ton of other guys you guys can use, right? So if you guys are looking for other wing players to go ahead and use, I mean, my man Poku obviously is your guy. You can still use Sadiq Bey. Mass LeBron is good. Darius Miles is good. RJ Barrett is really good. Landry Fields is still pretty good. Going here, you can use the Jay Crowder and Duncan Robinson duo. Bielitsa is kind of nice. I mean, that may be a little bit biased from the whole Warrior deal. But OJ Mayo is really solid. You can use Kevin Huerter. You could use Lou Dort. You can obviously use that duo with Dort and Poku. You can use even some Sapphires are really good. You could use Troy Daniels. You could use, like I said, Duncan Robinson. I mean, there's just guys that, I think a lot of people overlook. And they say, hey, even Jonathan Isaac is another perfect wing player that you guys can go ahead and throw out into this game. If you don't even want to buy Rocco, buy Jonathan Isaac. And there's still some players that I don't have that you could still very well go out and get. A perfect example of that is going to be, where is he? Is going to be good old Nicholas Batum. You guys can literally go ahead and get his pink diamond for relatively cheap. I mean, obviously it depends what your budget is, but Batum is a really good upgrade over a guy like Rocco, obviously, so you can run Batum there. I normally never tell people to run Batum at the Rocco at the 4, but clutch time is a little bit different. You can definitely get out and run a lot more, so it's not as bad of you getting posted up and stuff, but there's still a lot of other good options, again, depending on your price range. Drazen is still a really good card. Harden is still a really good card that you guys can get. So just make sure you guys are using a really smart lineup, doing your thing. Again, if you guys have any questions of really how to improve in this, drop them down below. I'll be sure to try to get you guys either a video on it or just, obviously give you guys the tips down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and yeah, peace.